Yeah, I got to use the microphone.
Well, first off, what's the interview for?
We
It's
just
a
wanna ask
YouTube.
one question.
Like we just want to put it on YouTube. It's
Or
one
social
question
media.
of multiple people.
I put in this to
Okay, don't put me
YouTube.
on
I put in this to YouTube.
Right.
So you can. I put in this to
What
YouTube.
is one thing you believe we should change about the world? The main factor.
Main thing we should change about the world. Wow. Honestly, I don't think we should be pushing God out of our lives. There's only one God and one Creator, and I
That's
think we
it.
all know that.
But do you
And
believe
so I'm
in?
not.
Okay, go ahead.
Go
Sorry.
ahead.
Go ahead.
No.
Do I believe what?
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Go
Keep
ahead.
Do I
going.
believe in what?
You believe in like Jesus Christ? and,
Absolutely.
Exactly.
like, Christianity.
No.
So the thing is people put religion on Christianity. Christianity has nothing to do with religion.
Exactly.
Christianity is being a follower of Christ. That's what the whole thing of being a Christian is, being a follower of Christ. And the Spirit of Christ that dwells within us. And everybody has the opportunity to accept that. The problem is most people, especially in California, we're so busy, we got so much on our mind
So
all the
real, too.
time. It's the American dream we're chasing all the time, and we don't have time. We push God out. Everybody does. You go to church sometimes when you have time, but reality is, if God is who He says He is, the Creator of all things, then really what we should be doing is really giving Him glory for who He really is,
Yeah.
and He is the Creator of all things.
But did you know that a lot of the stuff in the Bible is taken from Egyptians?
It's not true.
It is true.
It is.
Like which one?
The-
Like
for
which one?
example,
Like which
the
one?
quote, "The kingdom of heaven is within you," is
Yeah.
in an Egyptian text from,
But how
I
do-
believe.
And a lot of it is edited because you are God.
No, do you understand that before the Egyptians even were, Christ was?
But don't the
The whole,
Egyptians predate the Bible?
no, but no,
Exactly,
because no,
yeah.
it's not. Because Abraham was called, way before all that. Noah, even though that Christ hasn't been,
It was before way
before
that.
all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, before all that was. Let me back up for a second.
That's okay,
You guys know about DNA, right?
Yeah.
DNA.
Okay, you understand what they've done with DNA? You guys know anything about what's going
I
on?
heard
No,
about
they're
the
not.
Anunnaki.
No,
who came from another planet.
DNA, they've finally traced back to a point of origin, a man and a woman. They've actually come back and said, we've all come from a man and a woman.
Yeah.
That's it. There's also a gap of time where they say, well, there was all of a sudden two men, or two people, and they grew up to a certain amount of people, and then all of a sudden there wasn't that anymore, and they can't explain that. And then all of a sudden there was a small group of people, and then they had an explosion of population again. That was Noah. That was the flood. They can't understand why our mountains have shells way up the top of the
Sure.
peaks.
There's evidence.
Because it was
Trees and all
covered by
that.
water, right?
It was covered by water. They try to explain it all the way. Now they're actually saying the universe, science actually proves it all the time. The Bible's right.
Yeah.
What's crazy about the Bible, it talks about life is in the blood. And only in
Sure.
the last 100 years did mankind say, wow, because George Washington died because they let him blood. They bloodlet him, right? Well, you can't do that anymore. The blood is the life.
Yeah.
But it says that in the Bible.
Yeah.
It talks about pushing people outside the camp because they had to be clean. And only in the last maybe 100 years they understand you got to sterilize and wash your hands before that. That's
And-
why they're mass dying.
And you got to understand that the Bible is not just one book. Bible is 66 books, different books,
into one.
written by 40 different authors. And before Christ, before Jesus came, it was the Old Testament already.
Yes.
And the Jews, they got the Old Testament. So God chose the people of Israel to be the people of God. Because all the rest, they have different gods.
I mean,
But
I'm not saying that Jesus isn't real, but he just had a different name.
Because they say Jesus,
Yahshua.
they say Jesus, Buddha, all those people are
They're not
called
the same.
ascended masters. They're people who discovered the power within themselves. And I think that
Not
the
Jesus,
thing with
didn't say that.
religion is that every religion teaches you that the power is
Within
something
somebody
external,
else, yeah.
external.
Yeah.
It's not within you. So people feel this void within themselves, like, oh, it's something bigger than me, it's something more than me. But in reality, it is within us too, because it says in the
If
Bible
God
too,
made us as him,
yeah,
you
if
are
God made us in the
But
image
that's
of
why we have
himself, we are
that's
God.
what a conscience is. God gave us all a conscience
Exactly.
to know right from wrong.
Yeah.
To have free will. That's what the whole conscience
will,
is.
yeah.
And when Christ died and he said, look, he ascended to heaven, he goes, my Father will send back the Comforter. The Comforter is the Holy Spirit that we all have an opportunity to accept. It's not just in you. You have the ability to know right from wrong.
Exactly.
But you don't have salvation through His Spirit unless you accept His Spirit. His Spirit is God.
Yeah.
The Old Testament was all about Jesus Christ before it even was Jesus Christ in the New Testament. The Old Testament actually spoke of Jesus Christ before He even was.
I got this verse, Isaiah 9:6. Isaiah was living 700 years before Jesus Christ, and he talks about the child. This child, I asked you your question, what's the difference between Jesus and Buddha and all the rest, the spiritual leaders? So different, because Jesus proclaimed to be God in human form. He didn't say maybe, he said I am. Before Abraham is, I am. And Isaiah prophesies about Jesus. He will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. And in Jesus accomplished all the prophecy before. So that's the reason that we trust in Jesus, because He said, if you trust in me, you have eternal life. He can say whatever, but you know what He did, powerful thing that He did? He rose from the dead. Over 500 people saw Him rose from the dead. So it's deniable that you can, okay, I'm going to trust in Buddha. You can trust in Buddha if you want, or any other leader. It's your, yeah.
You know, even Muhammad.
You got to make your research.
You could actually go and find their grave. They know where he was.
Exactly. But Jesus
Christ never was. So why would He, let's just hypothetically say that the four of us believed in this man, Christ, and that would we really, if He wasn't truly risen from the dead and He was in the ground, would we truly die for it? Would we truly die for it? You know, the 12 apostles, it was actually 12. Judas gave up.
He betrayed, yeah. He betrayed.
And he hanged himself.
Yeah.
But the apostle Paul, all of them died horrific deaths.
Yes.
Why would anybody do that for somebody they know was in the grave?
That's true.
Why?
Psychology doesn't. Yeah. Psychology say that you're not going to die for a lie. Knowing that you're a lie is a lie.
And so a lot of people say, well, it's a mass illusion. 500 people. There's no way you could have 500 people have a mass illusion and that. So in the end of it all, there's no way that Christ is the same as all the others. There's just no way.
So you believe?
And so regarding the Bible, the other thing is prophecy.
Yeah.
You know, the Bible has all these prophecies, and all these prophecies have been coming true over the years. And what we're seeing now,
God loves all His prophets, though.
What's that?
God loves all His prophets.
So what do you believe? You believe in God? You believe in Jesus? So you don't believe in? You believe in?
That
The bounds from the portrayal of
it's hard for me to say.
He's in the same.
What's your background? What's your religious background?
I grew up Catholic.
Me too.
I grew out of it.
Okay.
I just started, you know what, I started saying, if you believe in Jesus, that's fine, because if you're putting your faith and you're a good person, you believe in Jesus, it's cool. Keep it over
The
there.
difference between Christianity and the other religions, just you earn heaven by your own works. But in Christianity, you can earn heaven by your own works. You got to trust. You got to put your trust in Jesus
But
only.
I'm not the type to like ever bash on anybody other's
Of course,
religion
no,
and
no,
stuff,
obviously,
ever.
yeah.
But if you actually just do your research and search up Egyptian text, what is stolen from the Bible and
No,
in the Egyptian text,
that's not
look
true.
at how similar it is. The story of Ra and Horus, the story of Horus is the exact
Do you know
same
the story?
as Jesus.
Do you know
and
the
it
story of
predates-
Joseph?
No, I
The story of Joseph. Joseph actually ended up in Egypt.
Exactly,
He
yeah.
was sold to slavery by his brothers into slavery in Egypt. He was there. He ended up in prison. He ended up meeting a baker, and the other guy was
The one that gives the wine to the
But in the
king.
end, he ended up becoming the second highest power in Egypt.
And
in the new Bible, it doesn't tell you that you have the power to create what's around you. Your mind can create so much more than what you think.
The Bible distracts you everything.
Which
from
new Bible?
There is no new
No, the new Bible,
New Testament.
whatever Bible is.
New Testament doesn't they say that?
They don't. They distract you. They tell you
It
to
says
teach
to-
you things outside of
outside of yourself.
No. The New Testament
Because
speak
have you
about
ever
Jesus.
seen about stuff about spiritual people? How they have the power to manifest things. How they have the power.
There is two powers. How you say that? The body is spiritual,
Yeah.
the devil is spiritual. You can do too. And the good.
can.
Yeah.
And he did that during the time when
Exactly.
he was in Egypt.
Yeah.
And that's the time of Moses. The Bible doesn't talk anything about that. where it says that you can come out of your body and you can be something different,
No.
anything like that.
That's
It's
not
nothing
good.
like that. The life of Christ was nothing like that.
Yeah.
The life of Christ, Muhammad killed. Even today, they force you into their religion.
Yeah.
If you try to escape it, they'll kill you.
But
Your family
every
will kill,
single
they'll stone
religion,
you.
though, it separates everybody, though.
It doesn't.
If
That's true,
religion
not
kills
true.
people, why?
That's not true.
It is true, though.
Jesus Christ never. no.
Everybody has.
But she said
Okay,
she's a
there's-
religion.
So strong
Okay,
belief that
that's
they
true.
would kill.
She's a religion.
Okay, that's
She's a
true.
religion.
That's
Religion, yeah.
radicalism.
That's true. Yeah, yeah.
But that's Christ didn't
Religion.
teach that.
Yeah.
Christ did not teach that.
Yeah, he didn't put any
Muhammad teach
religion.
it.
Yeah.
Gandhi didn't teach.
No, I'm not
teach
saying that Jesus wasn't real, or that he wasn't
No, I
a
understand.
prophet.
Or
but-
that he didn't.
He wasn't-
didn't-
but he wasn't- Jesus
he
wasn't a
wanted
prophet.
to teach everybody. To
Jesus was the
walk
Son of God. There's
like
a big
him.
difference between being a prophet
Exactly.
and the Son of God.
But
God
the
in
Bible
human
says you should worship God, which is it's an external source from yourself. But we believe that you are God. You are
not God.
but you
Because,
are.
but even in the Bible,
so
even in the Bible,
It
like you
doesn't
guys
say that.
believe it
That's,
says that God.
Mormonism believes in that. Mormonism believes in multiple heavens.
Yeah.
That you can go from one heaven to the next and the next. And then the way you do that is through your works here. Catholicism teaches the same thing. It's all about works. They pray to Mary.
Exactly.
Okay? They don't teach that they pray to Mary. I mean, you don't pray. Nowhere in the Bible does it talk about that.
So
Mary
you-
was a woman.
Yeah.
She was flesh
What do
and
you
blood.
think we are versus God? You think we are just human and
Yeah, we are.
We are
But
image,
like
image of
thinking that
God.
you're
If you
human
really-
is just like limiting yourself.
I'm
Literally.
not limiting myself.
Yeah,
You know,
you
because you
are,
have the
because
power to be
even in the
more.
Bible
You
it
know
says
why?
God made us in the image of Himself. If
He
we're
did.
if we're like
Literally
Him,
the image of
in
himself.
the mind of Him, then we are Him.
You know-
like,
Interpreting what
we're
it
like,
means.
You know, in the beginning, God creates Adam and Eve, so they were so perfect that they can talk with God. You know, without like nothing.
walked with them in the
Walk
garden.
with
and then the
God.
Bible
But-
teaches that you have to be some type of special person to get
No,
into heaven.
we are sinners.
It just says you have to believe in Jesus Christ. That's
Yeah.
it. As He is the Son of God. That's
Yeah.
it.
You got
That's
to
all
put-
you have to believe.
yeah.
And no other religion believes in any of that. All of it is works.
Works, yeah.
And you know this for a fact.